You're always allowing everyone to walk on you.
I don't ever let anyone walk on me.
You have to have morals for yourself.
Judy, I have really high morals. I have seriously high morals.
But you allow these men into your life
But
that
that's not
don't
really my
respect
morals,
you.
though, right?
Yes, it is. It's about your values.
Well, that was a look at I believe that was the first episode, wasn't it?
That was the season premiere.
That's right, of the Real Housewives of Vancouver. And Mike Bickerton is here. He is the senior director of the show and host of the season 1 reunion. Man, you must have your hands full.
That was, it was a handful.
Yeah.
Five wives is a lot. It's a lot.
How much do you have to prompt them to go, go, go? I mean, I know you pick them for their personalities and their temperament, but you must have to inject a little extra juice in there to get things fomenting.
No, you know, we had the 5 ladies have really big personalities. I think you guys had them in studio. Like that's them. I mean, they don't take a lot of prompting to get up and go.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, you especially have the hardest job because, as you said, they just have to be themselves, and you have to sort of work this minefield to make sure that you're not saying the wrong thing or offending any of the housewives, or maybe that's better TV.
Well, I don't know. You know, it's 5 different relationships with 5 different people. So the way that I would talk to you, I might talk to Liza differently and talk to Dave differently. And so when you're in the room with the 5 of them at the same time, it is a minefield. It's intense.
They really don't like each other, right?
They have really complicated relationships with each other. They have really complicated
But
relationships.
they never met prior to this.
Some of them knew of each other. I mean,
They knew of each other.
They knew of each other, and some had, you know, some existing friendships. But I mean, Vancouver's a pretty small city in this social circle.
Yeah.
But they didn't really know each other as well as they got to know each other
Well,
during the shoot.
you wouldn't have a show if they all got along.
That is true.
Who's your favorite?
You know, that's
I wasn't
a
sure if you were
minefield
gonna-
that you're
yeah.
throwing me
Right,
into.
exactly. You
I
are
love them
not
all in
answering
different
that.
ways. You know, like they're all such different women, and I appreciate them differently. I mean, they're all great. They all bring something different to the table.
In episode 2, because you're going to be in the reunion, I think, showing some highlights, but we have a few here. This is from Christina's birthday. I remember watching this and thinking, oh, where she gets a gift that says Gold Digger, doesn't it? The T-shirt?
Yeah, Ronnie brought her a gift for her birthday that said Gold Digger on the front, and then on the back it said like a hooker only, smarter. And so Christina thought she'd throw it on, pair of heels, and put on a show.
Oh, mercy.
And that's when we kind of realized that these ladies are not shy. They're not shy.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
She was a bit of a sport about that.
She was, you know,
That
Christina.
could have become very ugly.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been, that's so offensive, how could you give me that? But you know what, Christina doesn't really take anything too seriously like this. So, I mean, she was fun about it, and she decided to have a good time.
Did anything surprise you? Or as far as something that someone did or a personality trait that came out that was unexpected?
I think what was most surprising for me and the rest of us on the show is that I don't think we expected Jody and Mary to quite get off on such a wrong foot and then have it continue. I mean, those women just genuinely don't like each other. And we followed that for the whole season. Is, you know, it was just one thing after another. There was nothing that one could say to make the other happy.
Where are the husbands in all of this?
The husbands are around. The you know, some traveled a lot for work. Some just didn't necessarily want to be as big of a part of production as their wives.
I can certainly imagine that.
Well,
I'm serious.
Of
I'm
course,
not sure
it's
I'd
like
want
a camera.
my wife out there and all of that exposure and everything like that.
Well, I mean, and the show goes, we're right in their homes, you know, and filming with them at home, with their kids, and in daily life. And so it is a really invasive kind of process. And if you're very private...
Well, yes, especially if you have money.
Yeah.
There are risks associated with being that public if you're that wealthy.
Absolutely. So some husbands, they wanted to be involved. Some had their kids more involved than others. And it was just kind of a mix. We felt it out differently for each of the ladies.
What was the most over-the-top scenario that you encountered?
There is so much over the top about the lifestyle in this show. I mean, there's Ronnie, who has 5 gorgeous homes, but 5 of them right next to each other. And then
Right next to each other?
yeah, they're 5 beautiful waterfront properties west of Vancouver. And that's a little over the top, but absolutely amazing. And then there's over top situations. You know, we have our big final season finale showdown over a luncheon, which just turned into like a really explosive lunch.
Donnybrook.
It was almost a Waterloo.
Well, how many hours of tape do you shoot?
I'm not sure about the hours, but we shot for 18 weeks. So we shot 5 days a week, We'd have 3 teams going for 5 days a week.
And how many hours a day are you spending with these ladies? Like, is it from the moment they get up to?
It depends. I mean, we probably shot around 6 hours a day at a time with each of them, but we'd travel and shoot different scenes and interviews, and it really depended on the day or the event or the week.
When you go into editing, because I'm interested in that process, you've got the story arc in your head.
Yeah.
Do you?
Well,
Or are there things you discover in editing? You go, oh, I didn't know she said that.
There's so much we discover in editing. You know, we have a great audio team that gets us all of the sound. So when we're at a party, like let's say the Bollywood party that we had, super loud party, really hard to hear anything in the room. But when you go back and watch the tape and the editors are watching and they're digging through,
gems.
they find those little bits of conversation that really help to connect something interesting.
How are the women handling the attention and the criticism? Because a lot of people are criticizing the way these people live their lives.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Toronto, and I went out for the shoot, and I came back from Vancouver and hadn't really spent that much time with them. So I hadn't seen them and caught up with them until the reunion. So I'm not sure how they've been handling the attention, but I know that, you know, it's hard to read some of the really negative stuff, and there's some really negative stuff out there online. But I think that they might not have understood that it was part of the process when they signed up for it.
They're all back for season 2.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, hello. Now tell us what to expect from the reunion shows.
Well, the reunion shows, we taped these 6 months after we finished taping the series. And we shot for a very long day, and we have 2 one-hour reunion specials where the women are all in the same room for the first time.
Okay.
And they have a lot to say to each other.
So reunion part 1 is June 27th. The second part is July the 4th, both at 10 p.m. on Slice, and we'll have that information on our website as well. Mike Bickerton, thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks for having me in, guys.
Good having you here.